You're listening to the Global Slovakia podcast, where we explore the stories, traditions, and spirit of Slovakia, the heart of Europe. This episode continues our Slovak Christmas series, where we uncover the ancient threads woven into today's celebrations. Before Christmas became a Christian holiday, before baby Jesus entered Slovak homes, there was something far older at the heart of winter. A cosmic struggle of darkness and light, and the powerful rituals our ancestors used to survive it. Imagine the shortest day of the year. Deep winter, when daylight fades quickly and the nights stretch endlessly. To the ancient Slavs, this wasn't just a season. It was a cosmic struggle between light and darkness, a time when illness, starvation, and cold claimed many lives. On this night, the winter solstice, communities came together to ignite great bonfires. Flames meant to strengthen the sun during its weakest moment. The solstice symbolized death, life, and rebirth, marking the turning point when the days would slowly begin to lengthen again. People exchanged small gifts, clay figurines, cakes, mead, as tokens of goodwill and hope. The winter solstice was not only about celestial change, it was also a sacred night when the veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead grew thin. Spirits were believed to cross freely. But unlike modern ghost stories, this wasn't just frightening. Honoring ancestors was essential. Families visited graves, offering symbolic drops of mead and whispering gratitude into the cold night air. At the same time, protective rituals flourished. The Slavs believed that words carried real power. So during this sacred time, people spoke only blessings, good wishes, and hopeful messages. To strengthen the sun in its mythical battle with darkness, the Slavs performed elaborate rituals, incantations, dances, songs, and the use of sacred plants and talismans. They made sacrifices to honor the sun's rebirth. Chickens and goats were offered on shrines, their blood symbolically awakening the sleeping earth beneath the snow. And one of the most beloved offerings was the round solstice cake, as large as a wheel, filled with poppy seeds, honey, quark, raisins, and nuts. Its circular shape symbolized the sun and the eternal cycle of seasons. At this time of year, the sun was fragile, almost childlike. People believed that on the solstice, the sun was born again, gaining strength each day until spring. Every ritual was designed to help the sun survive, grow, and eventually win against the winter darkness. Winter solstice rituals often involve people wearing fearsome masks, wolves, bears, demons, or other terrifying creatures. These masks were not costumes for entertainment. They were armor. The idea was simple. If you looked frightening enough, wandering spirits would avoid your home. This was also a time of fertility rites, prosperity prayers, and even love magic. Every member of the community took part, each action intended to protect the land, the livestock, and the people during the harsh months ahead. When Christianity began spreading through Slavic Europe in the 9th century, missionaries quickly realized that pagan customs were deeply rooted and nearly impossible to erase. So instead of abolishing them, many old rituals were absorbed and reinterpreted. The birth of the sun became the birth of God's Son. Solstice celebrations transformed into Christmas. The gifts once exchanged to celebrate the sun's rebirth became the gifts brought by baby Jesus, and rituals tied to nature worship were softened, reshaped, and blended into Christian tradition. But privately, often secretly, people continued their pagan customs. They went to church at Christmas, yet still kept sun symbols, protective charms, and ancestral practices in their homes. This created a beautifully curious mosaic, a celebration of Jesus intertwined with the worship of the sun and nature. No detailed pagan texts survived, but fragments of ancient rituals live on in Slovak customs. The foods we prepare, the symbols we hang, the blessings we speak. These echoes help us reconstruct the worldview of the old Slavs, a people who honored the cycles of nature, feared the dark, cherished their ancestors, and believed deeply in the power of light. And so, Christmas in Slovakia is more than just a Christian holiday. It is a living tapestry of centuries-old traditions woven together. shaped by both the old gods and the new faith. Thank you for listening to the Global Slovakia podcast. If you value these stories and the work we do to preserve and share Slovakia's cultural heritage, we invite you to support Global Slovakia with a donation. Your generosity helps us keep these traditions alive and accessible for future generations. You can learn more about how to support our work at globalslovakia.com. May the light of the season guide you gently through winter, and may these ancient stories bring warmth, reflection, and hope to your days.